Hey, this is Notser, and this is Untitled. This week we're going to be discussing the end of the hunt for Bismarck, and how I'm sort of backing my way through the doorway. I'm not done. I'm on the last, final mission. I have like 3 or 4 stars to go, and I will be streaming Monday, later today, in order to do that. And also to make up for lost time. Also, I want to talk about what I did the weekend. I went to San Antonio and I had a great time with a great friend. And finally, damaged camo. Is that something that you would like on more ships than just the Bismarck and the Hood? So first, Hunt for Bismarck coming to an end. It has been a real pleasure to play these, and let me just say right now, I'm an idiot. For many reasons, but specifically in this instance, I had forgotten that you can repeat tasks. Some of you are going, oh crap, you can do that? It's just not expressly identified or told to the player. It's like, can I redo this task? Oh, I can. Now, you can't get the reward, the container, but you can get the stars. So if you have the Hood, you just race up it real quick, right? That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. But we did it the legitimate way, or we will do it the legitimate way. I'm very close, very close. I have probably like 4 stars left, and then I just get the 350,000 damage, which is easy. Just 2 battles or whatever. But it was great. It was, this Hunt for Bismarck has been a fantastic experience. Thank you, Wargaming. I do appreciate you at times. No, I'm wargaming. You know, if I go over to something like, you know, I love Overwatch. That's my other game right now that I'm playing a ton of. I could make videos on it, but it would basically be a completely different audience, and maybe I just make a new channel. However, when Overwatch does something, it is a month-long anniversary that is just incorporated into their loot box or container system, and you just get different containers that give you different rewards. And I'm sure Wargaming could do something similar. Everyone can, since they put in this gambling mechanic. But that's what Blizzard chose to do. Wargaming does a little bit more interesting because you participate in a unique experience or unique mission goal, and that's how you get reward. And I've really enjoyed it. Plus, I really like that I'm guaranteed to get the reward once I reach or fulfill the goals. In Overwatch, yeah, I have done this anniversary for a month. I have gotten zero anniversary skins. It has drove me crazy having to deal with all this bad luck. But I accept that I'm not a lucky person. It's just one of those things. You either got it or you don't. I have to work for everything I get. I'm never gonna get a handout. Just the way it's worked in every game and every, you know, I've never won anything out there. It's just the way it works. I'm okay with it. At times, Wargaming doesn't make someone who's unlucky feel bad. They give you the reward once you fulfill it. I really appreciate that about Hunt for Bismarck. It has been an absolute pleasure. And other than me being an idiot and not redoing really easy tasks, it's been pretty easy overall. Now, I was off for, well, I was sick for over a week, and then I took 2 days off to go to San Antonio, which was fantastic. I went with a very close friend, and we got to see the town. I've been there many times, obviously, as a Texan. It's, you know, the thing is that they never stop improving it. If you've gone to San Antonio maybe 10, 15 years ago, there might be something completely brand new that you really enjoy. The Riverwalk is always improving, and by the way, the Riverwalk is the place to go if you ever go to San Antonio. It's very cool. They've diverted a little bit from the San Antonio River, I believe. It's a very small, you know, low current, very dirty, of course. Any high traffic river like that is going to be dirty because humans are just filthy. We all are. We know it. I try not to be, but humans in general are filthy. They don't appreciate what they have, obviously. But the Riverwalk is great. A lot of food, atmosphere. There's a mall right off of it that allows you to look into it, and you just see these beautiful waterfalls. You see these beautiful, you know, man-made. Obviously, there's no waterfalls in San Antonio, and it's sort of isolated. You don't really hear the traffic because it's right in the city center. And then after we did that, we walked around San Antonio. We saw all the historical sites they have, and convention centers. I think there's like a tower or something of the Americas. It was built in like 1968 for a festival or whatever, World Trade event or whatever. Didn't go up it because I'm a complete coward. No, there was just more interesting things than riding an elevator for like 15 minutes as it goes up like 50 stories. There are tons and tons and tons of historical sites, and we were just going. Speaking of those historical sites, they had some renovated 1840 to 1890, like sort of the main street of San Antonio, way back in the day. Just crazy to see this stuff, and it's all really close. I just can't believe how close it is. As a Houstonian, I expect to drive 30 minutes, an hour, just to get to different parts of the city that are interesting. That's, you know, I mean, that's insane. And then in San Antonio, it's like you have an old city center, obviously. If you don't know, I believe most people do. San Antonio, part of the Alamo, remember the Alamo, the Texans, and a bunch of people from America come over to fight on the Texan side. Texas Republic trying to break away from Mexico. It's a last stand scenario inside of a fortification. What we know today as the Alamo is actually one facade from one building in a collection of 20 or 30. You would have probably a blacksmith area or a mill, something like that, barracks, all those sort of buildings that you would expect in a fortification. All those are gone. You just have this one facade from the church, I believe. You can't get anywhere close to it. I think it's like 25, 30 feet away. They don't want anyone touching that, you know, not at all. But you could still get a picture. And yeah, I mean, there's just so much interesting history there. These buildings were built by people who had served in the Texas Army or the United States Army for the Mexican-American War. And yeah, it was so cool to see these renovated buildings that were like brought back. The interior, unfortunately, is not fixed, but there's about 20 to 30 buildings, give or take, from 1840 to 1870. And then you have an old town area that's just right off of it. So there's a lot of cool sites historically if you want to check them out. Now, I believe they're going to get better. They seem to be consistent with improving every aspect of San Antonio. But for me, we went and saw the Riverwalk, we went and saw these old buildings, the outside, had a great time, and the weather was even nice. It was a cool 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Celsius. The majority are probably fainting at the idea of that being cool weather, but I come from one of the most inhospitable American cities, I would say. It's extremely humid, and 90 degrees dry sounds like beautiful weather. And it was. I mean, it's perfect for me. It's night and day. It really is. Humidity sucks. It will kick your butt. So dry 90, dry 32, no problem with that. Some of you, probably not. I'm sure that many of you are like, oh my god, well, if that's an issue, go in the spring or the fall. But if you like history and you also like to bring your spouse along, San Antonio is probably the best compromise because you could check out the Riverwalk. She could be none the wiser that you're actually showing her a bit of history. Or if she loves history and she's dragging her along, like mine, then it's fantastic. Because to have two people that are really into it is, you know, obviously that's the best thing ever, right? So it was great. It was a great time. Sorry I missed Friday. I'm making up by streaming later today. If you're into it, we're going to finish off the Hunt for Bismarck, and we're just going to chill. It's not going to be, just hang out, enjoy each other's company. I've really enjoyed talking to you, coming back. I hope that you've enjoyed some of the lighter remarks. I'm trying to keep it really loose. Like the Tashkent game was really fun. That's the whole goal. Now, we've got the Bismarck, Hunt for Bismarck done. San Antonio was great. I did talk about the old damaged camo. I would really like to see Wargaming implement some sort of damaged state for at least the tier 10 camo, if not more. Because I just love that stuff. I eat it up. The weathering really is interesting. Weathered flags. Wouldn't that be cool if you started to see it rip and tear? Well, not rip and tear, but be torn in combat. Like it's already weathered. Sometimes you look like you've gone through hell itself, being extremely, dark and blackened by all the fires. But the flags are just perfectly pristine. I think it'd be pretty cool to see. Perhaps for one of the rank seasons, you get just a tattered Jolly Roger flag. I think that'd be cool. What do you guys think? Is the camo overrated? I think it's cool. It's probably really takes more time than maybe they enjoy doing, but I think it's worth it, Wargaming. I really do. I've really enjoyed earning the Bismarck, earning the hood, looking at it and just going, man, I wish this was on pretty much all my ships. I just like that stuff. Now, sort of to end the discussion for this video, Wargaming likes to tease new events, new content coming. We know that ranked season is going to start soon. We've obviously seen the ranks show up and people are like, oh my god, you're already rank 1? No, that's from last season. It's going to be tier 6, that's what they've teased. And honestly, I probably will have most fun because it's going to be so scrappy. Being a tier 6, your ships aren't quite as good as you would like. The premiums are not quite as impactful as other premiums. I think I'm going to have fun with it. But beyond ranked play, I have been hearing some rumbling about a new line coming soon. Now, we heard that the French cruisers, the French battleships, and possibly the Queen's fleet are going to be coming, right? They said something about royalty. I'm obviously going to assume they're talking about British battleships. Now, if British battleships are coming, Wargaming employees are pretty excited to get that out. I'm sure there's going to be some great articles that they're going to write. I have a feeling that the British battleships are close because they've got to get this stuff out if they intend to get the French battleships out before the year's over. Or at least I think that's the other French line, right? Maybe a French destroyer. I don't know. But it's almost July. Well, it's June. It just started to be June. We are 6 months into 2017. Well, we're going to have to take 2 to 3 months to get each content out. And yeah, it's important that we start seeing this stuff. And I think we're going to get an article or two teasing the British battleships at some point in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe stats on a page, maybe some screenshots, maybe just one little tease of, what is it, tier 3 they start at? Yeah, tier 3 to tier 10. It could be exciting. And obviously the entire community, that has been the line everyone has been talking about. So it's going to be a huge moment for Wargaming. I'm hoping that the versions that we get will be fun. I'm really curious to see what their traits are going to be. And I'm sure everyone else is. They will be salivating at the idea. British battleships. It'll be great. It'll be really cool. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I really enjoy making this stuff for you. I hope that you've enjoyed some of the lighter side of my games. I really want to marry some pretty funny comments along with strategy in my commentary, and I've really enjoyed doing it I hope you've enjoyed it too. We'll keep going. Keep it up. Gotta have someone here that's gonna enjoy the game all the time, or at least help you find the fun in the game. That's my whole idea. Improve and enjoy. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.